My name is Andrew Perlott. Welcome to Socratic State of Mind. How to human tonight. Quote, joy for humans lies in human actions. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations 8.26. What does it mean to be human? If the AI revolution is all it's cracked up to be, we'll war over this for decades. The battle lines are being drawn over what can't be outsourced without losing something essential to our nature and happiness. Given our societal struggles, it's tempting to think we're already losing that something en masse. But what is it? Stoics think humaning requires aligning ourselves with virtue and practicing philosophy, but that seems too aspirational given that most humans have done neither, yet are diminished nonetheless. Narrower still might be reading, an ability Americans are eagerly throwing overboard with anachronisms like the Walkman and Congress being a deliberative body. But the Terra Humara don't read, and the ancient Greek rhapsodes couldn't, yet both brim with humanity nonetheless. We'll have to look elsewhere. I think, therefore, most of us feel like hell after an evening on social media. Concentration becomes hard and unenjoyable. We want to keep scrolling, yet scrolling can't satisfy. If this erosive activity is an inverted shadow of true humaning, or at least a facet, we might use it to wayfind toward undiscardable human needs by inferring its opposites. I suspect philosopher Simone Weil did 70% of the inversion. Quote, attention taken to its highest degree is the same thing as prayer. It presupposes faith and love. Absolutely unmixed attention is prayer. If we turn our mind towards the good, it is impossible that little by little the whole soul will not be attracted thereto in spite of itself. That's from the essay Attention and Will in the book Gravity and Grace. Anyone who's put unbroken focus on something knows what Weil is talking about. It's deeply pleasurable and satisfying. We don't want to stop and avoid interruption, but doom scrolling precludes this state, whether intermixed with worthwhile tasks or binged. We never sink past surface level friction and into what lies beneath. It's the anti-attention prayer. It's human dissipation. But I doubt that attention is the be-all, end-all of humaning. I've sometimes sunk into attention prayers while watching a movie, but rarely. A conversation might feel like an attention prayer, but 99% of them don't. And no matter how hard we focus, video games are unlikely to lead to what most people consider fundamentally human experiences or states. I suspect we need to spike the punch of attention with 3 catalysts to get into full humaning mode, but even one might be enough. 1. Curiosity or passion, which can be turned on, and here I link to one of my previous articles. 2. A pursuit that's not so easy that we're bored, but not so hard that we become frustrated, a flow state. And 3. Using extrapolation or consilience to bring several seemingly disparate things together. The best conversation I've had in the last year was an attentional prayer. My interlocutor and I spiked the topic with these 3 elements till it became magic. I've rarely felt so tuned in and alive. This setup often demolishes groupthink and information cascades, where people discuss what other people find important to discuss, causing even more people to discuss them and impoverishing the idea commons. I've discussed this here, and again, that's a link to a previous article. How to human tonight. These spiked attentional prayers are a balm. No matter how fraught my day, no matter how shredded my attention, humaning like this starts to put me back together. Whatever we do needs to be done in an internet void. And again, I linked to one of my previous articles. This is the minimum viable product of sanity in this era, and good things tend to happen in them. But inside the void, I found certain activities punch above their weight. Some are hard to reliably create, since, for instance, we might only rarely have a good conversation partner with whom we can human at the highest level. Here are some of the ones I find myself turning to again and again. 1. Be a marginalian. Don't just read a book, have a conversation with it, argue with its foolishness, and praise it for its glory. Take up a pen and write in the margins. Bring what's in you onto the page. This is consilience at its finest. Right now, I'm castigating Plato for some of his sloppier arguments in Gorgias, but all the best nonfiction I read and some of the fiction gets introduced to my pen. 2. Create anything. Focused creation, spiked with the above criteria, meets our definition. Write that book. Figure out how welding and kintsugi can hybridize, or bring back iambic pentameter. Whatever calls to you. And 3. Reel in a mental mentor. Mental mentors are really useful, and I provide a link here, but at their heart, they're just fruitful attempts at adding perspective via consilience. One version of this is writing about life in the second or third person using the ancient Iliism journaling technique, and I provide a link here. Another favorite of mine is keeping a commonplace book in which powerful ideas are added to the page and end up talking to each other, inviting you to chime in, sort the matter out, and note down any idea babies that have resulted. Where AI can't go. The current generation of LLMs aren't great at some of these humaning activities, which is interesting, but even if LLMs beat the pants off us in these domains soon, we may need to draw a line and decide to keep doing them. The increased efficiency isn't worth our humanity. But in any event, I hope to see you in the void.